If we are made in the image of God, how did God himself communicate? We have no idea exactly what that means because God is infinite. He is in three persons. He existed before anything was. And yet he decided before the beginning of time that he would have this creation with people at the center of it. People who would have the choice to either accept his authority or reject his authority, to reject him or to live under his authority and his love where he wants us to stand. So all of that he communicated with himself before he even did the first thing. And what was the first thing that he did? He spoke. He said, "Let there be light." And there was light. So how else did God communicate? The foundations of orality goes deeply into some of those things. God communicated in many times and in many ways throughout history, Hebrews tells us. He did it through different people. He did it through even the things that we see around us. He did it through sound. He did it through sight. He did it through smell. He did it through taste. He even did it through touch. Lots of different ways. So we want you to explore some of those things with us. How does God communicate his mind and his heart using all five senses? So we'll go into that. I hope you'll join us for that. And as you do, you'll begin to ask yourself the question, how, therefore, might I communicate? Because I'm made in the image of my Father. And he let me communicate the same way he does. Not just limited to what we learned from the Enlightenment period forward, that everything has to be in print, text, and literacy of reading, writing, and understanding and remembering things that way, to the way we have for millennia, thousands of years, where God allowed us to communicate the same way he did. And it tends to be what you and I would call oral, but it's much more than just oral. What is oral after all? Oral begins in my mind. Before anything is audible, it starts here. And it starts here. What do I want to communicate with other people? God showed us that's what he did. And it gets expressed in multiple ways. It gets expressed sometimes in speech. Sometimes it comes out in music. We just break out into a song. Or we start dancing when we feel like it. Or it gets put into a drama. Or it gets in a painting. Or in those who do not audibly speak and they cannot physically hear, which is what text is all about, is the putting into letters the sound that you hear. Deaf people can't do that. So they have their own language about Jesus, about his being Lord of all. That is an expression of their mind and their heart in different ways. We even can do it through text. Text is just another expression of our mind and our heart, but writing it down. But what is any book? What is any article? What is any cartoon? It started in somebody's mind and they expressed it in those ways. So it's not a matter of oral versus text. It is what begins here as what we're calling orality or holistic communication that gets expressed in many ways. So join us for this Foundations course. Experience more of it yourself.